nearby. Alex and Reckless are going to have to get the job done somewhere else, but for Shark and Teeny, Vico Malabuka, these are two teams that I think we could pretty confidently say have stamped their position inside of that top 7 threshold, and obviously they're going to keep trying to keep the ball rolling, but also the world's kind of their oyster.
Yeah, and I feel like the only way for these two teams that you're talking about to fall out of that top 7 is literally for them to just not care anymore and maybe not even really kind of put it to the test like they have been. So Shark, Teeny, they've just been one of them teams that you look at and just got to be so impressed as we continue to look around, seeing where some of these teams are at. Cringe Voca started this game in 14th place. They had 81 points, but you can see they have an elimination, so they themselves are starting to close the gap. But as of now, the halfway point or so, it's about 124 points. So even Pablo and Chino are barely safe, and I don't know how long it's going to remain so, especially since Shark gets its revenge.
And the worst part about Shark and Teeny and these types of competition, Jacob, that all of EU is all too familiar with, once they feel like they don't have any kind of pressure, that there's no stakes involved, they just start going all out with the aggressiveness. And so expect to see a lot more of Shark and Teeny just rolling through the map, and I almost feel bad for anybody that they might come across because they are just going to be dishing out whatever kinds of fights that they can muster up. It just doesn't matter. These guys are just playing with all the freedom in the world.
That was kind of one thing I was really, really scared at. And they're one of the teams that could potentially take it off. You look over toward the side, Shark does it yet again, taking down Goofy. And this is where Fortnite in general is such an important game for the overall ecosystem for EWC, more particularly the club championship. If you look on your side, you got Team Falcons in first place, your defending club champions, and then AGAL in second. You also have teams from Team Vitality in this. Picked up some points, so it's still anybody's tournament in terms of the club championship.
Look, Shark is actually disgusting right now. Granted, that was some awesome cutoffs by Teeny, just really preventing C-Dog and Goofy any sort of room to breathe. But Jacob, Shark is very obviously feeling the confidence right now, and just the way that he is carrying himself. He wants every single elimination point he can find. He is not happy right now with seeing Vico and Malabuka overthrow.
Through 4 games, Shark and Teeny have 14 eliminations total. In this game, Shark has 6 eliminations by himself. Taco, I think you said it best. This is just a whole nother team when they have nothing to lose, and it's going to be even more so that scenario because of this game alone. 24 points off straight eliminations, 18 points off straight eliminations here from Shark by himself. Again, that gap that we're talking about is only increasing.
This guy's not even farming. He's getting all of his material just off of body loot. I feel bad because players are basically just gathering up all of the resources Shark and Teeny would need and depositing them at their feet. But the way that Shark and Teeny are just so casually strolling through this lobby right now, definitely looking forward to checking back in and seeing whether or not that elimination count just continues to rack up. But for Z-Dog and Goofy, they probably just wish that they could find any sort of a silver lining here. Shark.
Anledning 11, för att chatten är död. Anledning 40, för att streamen laggar. Oavsett vad din anledning är så har BookBeat något för dig. Och nu kan du prova helt gratis i 60 dagar.
BookBeat. Nothing beats a good book.
Every time they turn the lights down.
Black opium, the eau de parfum and pink glaze. The new strawberry craze. Yves Saint Laurent.
Crucial instance there for Phoenix and Retro because they didn't just get steamrolled by Shadow and Virgo, despite the fact that Shadow and Virgo were trying to apply some steady pressure there. Phoenix and Retro holding their own. They are proving exactly why they are currently in contention for that top 7 positioning, and they're looking to keep going all the way here, Jacob. Sure, they might have a lot of steps to take before they can really break into that top 2 position, but top 3, that's just around the corner.
For Peterbot and Poyo, 40 points, give or take, their way from the top 7 bubble. So even though we have this game here and 5 more to close out the day, plenty of time for them to close the gap. But Sphinx just gets tagged up on his way towards the outside of Elite Armory. Luckily for him, Muzz is there, not only to fire back shots, but alleviate some of the pressure, scoping through, gathering information, and even with the zone kind of pulling forward, they do have access to the launch pad, so it's interesting the way they're playing it towards the left side of Shark and Teeny. Teeny's finally going to go down, but Shark is still up, and honestly, he has been the difference maker in terms of aggression, in terms of picking up the eliminations. Even with Teeny going down, he's still moving forward.
A little bit painful, though, for Shark, just knowing that he has to wait for Teeny to fully reboot. Not trying to completely toss this 5th lobby out the window just yet. Smart to disengage here. It's a rare sight, but even these two understand that it's just not worth trying to force certain engagements when things have just already worked against you. Heads up moment, though, from Rue and Moda, because Shark Teeny, the bigger issue is that since they didn't give chase to Shark, and for good reason, they're trying to just play out their own game. They don't want to take any unnecessary risks, because even if they get the elimination, they still might have to spend some time recovering, and that just brings up a whole new slew of problems here, as now Vico Malabuca spotted out Pablo and Chino, but Pablo and Chino don't really seem that interested in the fight.
Yeah, this is seemingly like the stage in the game where you don't want to go down. Yes, you will get rebooted, but we're in the 5th zone. You're not going to have much loot to go after. You're not going to have a lot of time to loot up. And even though you do kind of get one of those pseudo loadouts, depending on which stage of the game you actually reboot in, it's relatively nothing. And then the fact you add on that you're so far away from your teammate, you almost got to hope for a miracle. And I think that's why you're seeing a kind of disengage after disengage from some of the teams that you know love to take some of these fights. It's just not necessarily worth the risk, at least at this stage in the tournament.
Pablo and Gina, though, probably pretty happy every single time they've been seeing Goofy and Z-Dog light up in that elimination feed, because that's their most immediate competition in terms of leaderboard standing. So knowing that the team directly behind them in positioning is just constantly suffering from being chased across the map, it gives them a lot more of operating space, because they can just take their time. They don't have to necessarily force any types of engagements. They can just look to see things through. Slow and steady can win things out.
We've seen a bit of exotics in this one as well. We saw the Fury Assault Rifle in Shark's hand. That gives you a little bit of a low grab effect. We saw the Sentinel Pump, I believe, in Braid's hand, which kind of ices your opponent on shot as well. So definitely have some tricks underneath their sleeves. Not sure how to really utilize that, but I know they're definitely going to figure it out to kind of see where a lot of the teams are positioned at. Again, gameplay with reboots turning off in the next zone will tend to slow down. It's just not necessarily worth the risk. And I think that's why you see not only so many teams inside of the zone, outside of the zone, and also using those launch pads with the fids to just dodge a lot of what's going on underneath.
Izzy and Nosif, though, they've already tasted victory in the earlier lobby here today. But obviously, the real prize is ensuring that they are inside of that top 7. They know that they've still got their work cut out for them. Job's not finished, so no time to celebrate too heavily just yet. It's a nice confidence boost, but they were brought back to reality for a moment in that last lobby, and just steadily reminded of the fact that at any given moment, you could be next.
That's the thing about Reload. Kind of just get tossed and turned, flipped upside down, shockwaves, crash pads, launch pads. Anything can kind of change the trajectory of the game as they get an elimination on Tomas. Ari's actually going to get the credit for the points. Izzy and Nosif are going to steal away the loot. Rocket coming from up above. Luckily for him, though, he does have all the siphon mats down below, so he's easily able to kind of rebuild his situation. That's Chino and Pablo that he needs to watch out for, but it's also Peterbot and Poyo that have just made their way in.
Things can definitely get a little bit dicey here, though. A little bit too much unfriendly company just nearby is Shark, Teeny, Khaled, completely on his last bearings, just trying to see if he can fall back to get to where Mshari's at. Trying to help with the supportive measures, but Shark, he is just relentless with the pressure, just constantly bearing down, refusing to let Khaled even have the slightest operating space to actually get a little bit of heals going. Mshari gonna have to take up that offensive front, but how do you hold a wall while simultaneously letting your duo heal? Khaled does barely manage to get some shield up and running, but Shark is still just forcing so many problems for these guys.
And they realize reboots are finally turning off. You see them not necessarily concede, but taking a little bit of a slower approach, see where the zone goes so they can quickly react to it. Phoenix and Retro trying to do the same thing along with Muzz and Sphinx towards the outside. And most of the teams on this edge towards the east are going to get a max pull. But with Flowberry Fizz, Shockwaves for Vico, Malabuka, it should take up no time at all. It's about assessing the situation of when and where to try to make that play possible.
That's a lot of Fizz though for Vico. 5-5-5, 2 to boot. You can see part of what got them in this spot in the first place, and it was just clearing out Mofu and Tomat, leaving their area to be rather uncontested, and, well, doesn't look like anybody nearby is going to be able to prevent them, but they're going to look to start cutting through where the rest of the lobby is at. And sure enough, Vico, Malabuka, just setting up the Fizz play. They'll take their sweet time, though. The rest of the lobby not really going to have a chance just yet to even look their way. They've got clear airspace.
Some having a little bit of struggles here. Shark, Teeny, both of them getting scratched up just a little bit. Dropped into the box. Shark's run of 7 eliminations has come to an end. Now it leaves Teeny by himself. Does have a med kit, does have a slap splash, but that's going to keep him relatively low. Still one shot away from going down, but at least he's keeping him and Shark in it to collect a couple more placement points or elimination points for that matter.
We've seen Teeny make it happen before, but this might be too tall of an ask given how many healthy teams there really are. We are just directly over water right now. Material is running so thin for a lot of these players, and anytime you're forced to drop the low ground, it can just make for such awkward fights if you are stuck inside of the water. Now for Teeny, he's just wishing that he could find any sort of body loot left over. Zone is going to pull a bit more in his favor, but with only 28 builds remaining, he's going to have a tough time actually breaking his way through in this sea of duos. Pablo and Chino have actually done a great job so far at claiming height.
Yeah, they just got to be able to step off that shoreline and go up the side of that mountain. The beach day is over, but lurking up on the side is Peterbot and Poyo. The competition that they usually fighting up towards the top no longer going to be there, but great damage coming out for the likes of both of them. Spillberry Fizz, Shockwaves as well. I thought I even saw Muzz and Sphinx enter into the atmosphere, so no more free opportunities on high ground. I think people got the memo after games 1 and games 2 with nobody looking up and now starting to put a little bit more focus in that direction.
But if everyone's got the same intentions, who's actually going to be the one left to remain and take it over? Muzz, Sphinx are just so far up in the skies. Peterbot, Poyo now going to join the fray. Ari also alongside Cammy and Reckless 2 to boot. We have so many teams just gliding overhead, but the biggest advantage is given to Peterbot and Poyo right now. They're at that max render distance.
Multiple teams up towards the sky. Gotta be sure you don't forget about a Teeny. Kind of floating out underneath. That's Khaled. That was a good shot, but not good enough. He's able to take down Teeny, and they have stopped the momentum, or at least slowed it down as of now, right before the half. This is the last time for today we're going to see Elite Strongholds before we go on over to Slurp Rush. So you got to really make these moments count, because a whole different map, a whole different contestation as Retro gets dropped off here outside of the top 15, outside of placement points.
And Vico, Malabuka just doing a great job at tarping overhead of ultimate low. It's going to make things rather difficult for teams to actually get any sort of leeway over that frontside position, but Peterbot, Poyo, very similar intentions. They'll even take a moment to pause and heal. Nosif has been eliminated though, and now Vico, Malabuka just continuing to claim space, but it's Muzz and Sphinx who are actually leading the charge here in the ultimate low ground. Is he doing what he can to try and hold his own walls? But Muzz and Sphinx, they are just refusing to give it up, and now Chino, Pablo, they might actually be the ones to make make a resurgence back onto the high ground. They know that Pete and Pollo have started to get a little bit comfortable up top, but nothing is ever safe.
Yeah, but you can see for Pete and Pollo, they're just watching all around, making sure nobody can lurk up for free. Nobody can shockwave and try to close the distance without being noticed. Chino, Pablo, they get noticed from up above. Peterbot and Pollo, they were the ones who took away their high ground, and they're the ones that are being persistent to try to get them out of this lobby. Down below, Braids out, Reckless gone. Chino has finally been dropped by Peterbot. Pablo tries to backtrack to get the Siphon map, but he gets cut short as well.
There's still just so many solos left kicking underneath, but Shadow, Virgo actually playing from the backside of the zone. Now gonna start to make their entry point, but Pete's already scattered them out. That's a huge chunk out of Shadow's HP. They're gonna be so weak encountering a lot of those teams underneath where Pete and Pollo are currently at, and Pete still just trying to line up the shots. It's probably a couple of moments, and Vico gonna be shut down. Malabuka, Vico, they wanted to go for height. Malabuka's still gonna try and get the chop, but the damage has already been done. Pete got exactly what he wanted.
That was just a huge shot from Pete to stop them from trying to take the high ground. Even though they got chopped, they're still holding on their momentum. Looking down, Nalu's the next in their line of sight, and so many others. They're waiting to see where the zone forces him out, and this could be their opportunity to strike, but he's able to continue moving down below, but he ran into Muzz. That one gets cut short, and it's just forcing player after player into interaction down below, and Romero's going to be the one that reaps a little bit of reward, taking down Boko and getting the loot.
2 solos, 1 other duo, and Romero hoping that it's going to be Pete Pollo who do something about his team overhead, but Peterbot jumping, an agent of chaos, just causing so much disruption underneath. Pollo right next to him, Muzz still managing to hold strong somehow, but it's all about Peterbot and Pollo and what kind of damage can be done. Romero barely gonna make it into the zone, and he takes out Virgo with him, but now Muzz on the other end of things, trying to see if he can break through. Romero's had the chance to get some Siphon, but Pete Pollo immediately collapsed, and that'll be the end of it. Another second place position potentially on the line here, but it's all about whether or not Pete and Pollo can just find him at the end of it.
Yeah, I think with it going over the top of the mountain, you just don't have enough heals. It's the exotic Slapberry Fizz, and it's already empty. A slow start to the day. They build up momentum, and they win before the half. It's Pete and Pollo.
Well, let's be so honest right now, though, Jacob. They were always guaranteed at least the one. It would be just... I was just speechless if we didn't see these guys get at least one victory royale, but you gotta feel a bit for Lewa and Romero. Twice now, they've been so close to finding themselves in that victory royale position, but still an excellent effort for them to get these second place finishes, because that's still going to net them a lot of placement.
Yeah, and we really got to talk about too, because we're talking about halfway point. 10 games here today. We just played 5 games on Elite Stronghold, so no matter what the leaderboard says, the next 5 we're going over to Slurp Rush, different drops, different teams around each other, different ways to play the end game. So congratulations again, Pete and Pollo winning that game. I don't know what the leaderboard says, but I have to imagine they're at least going to be on page 1 after this.
It's also a bit dangerous to think about Pete and Pollo picking now to really start taking things up a notch, because Slurp Rush is arguably one of their best Reload Series maps to play things through. I mean, we saw just how dominant they were on NAC, and so with that in mind, for Pete and Pollo, if they can just continue replicating a lot of these high ground takes and holds, and the way that they were able to also just completely shut down Vico and Malabuka, that was the dagger of that lobby.
So as they rise up, we saw Shark and Teeny go down relatively early. We knew at one point Booga and Braves were rising up on the leaderboard. We know that Chino and Pablo were almost inside of the top 7. And these are all teams I'm mentioning because they have relatively very, very good games. And so if we have all the teams that need good games to have good games, what does that really do to the leaderboard? So that's going to be the interesting thing with that victory royale for Peterbot and Pollo. How high do they rise?
Hey, the proof's in the pudding. One good game could be all it takes to immediately send you into a position where you are immediately within that contention point for top 7 threshold, and still always knowing that as long as you avoid that bottom 3 in today's competition, you can have a second chance in the running for finals. But obviously, everybody's just trying to confirm their position on the finals battle bus here today from Group A.
Yeah, and I think, I wouldn't call it like a warning shot by any means, but I think this needs to be a huge warning to everybody playing in this tournament. The teams still here closing out this group. The teams tomorrow playing in a whole new group. It's Shark and Teeny. They have been on another level. Kind of slow to start, typical to what we've seen online, but what Shark did in the past 2 games, and let alone by himself 7 eliminations, almost looked like he was just going to dominate in that last game, but maybe sometimes the confidence was a little bit too good for him, but Shark and Teeny have been absolutely insane today.
But it's also been a very similar circumstance from Vico and Malabuka. And hey, at the end of the day, Jacob, we've got so many wonderful players actually participating in today's competition, so let's just hear what they've got to say.
That's right, Nosif and Izzy joining us here from Team Orchid. The hometown heroes, let's call you.
Indeed.
Right? Nosif, let's start with you. A kind of slow-ish start to the day for the first 2 maps, and then your third map, dropping 13 eliminations, absolutely popping off and shooting up that leaderboard. When you managed to secure that victory royale, did that ease off some of the pressure going into the rest of today?
Vous avez eu un départ un petit peu lent, mais la 3e game, vous avez pop-off de vous, vous avez réussi à faire 13 éliminations, à prendre une victoire. Est-ce que ça vous a débloqué, ça a enlevé de la pression? Est-ce que c'est un moment important pour vous aujourd'hui?
Ouais, franchement, ça nous a bien relancé dans la partie, dans le tournoi. On a fait une très grosse game, donc un top 1 très skill et franchement, on compte en refaire un deuxième, donc confiant pour la suite.
So we want to do a second one, but of course it was the game who launched us on the tournament right now. We need these confidence moments, and so we were really happy to have the Victoire Royale and to have 13 eliminations, but you will see. We're going to do another one.
Oh, I like that. We've got some work to do, of course. We've got plenty of maps on the way. Izzy, let's talk to you, buddy. How are you feeling, obviously, off the back of that victory, doing that in front of a home crowd as well? How does it feel to perform like this in front of the French audience?
Qu'est-ce que ça te fait ressentir forcément de jouer à Paris, de réussir à faire ce top 1 devant le public français qui vous a clairement, fortement encouragé et tout simplement qui ont applaudi à la fin de cette game?
Bah, franchement, ça fait plaisir. Et vous êtes les boss, hein?
I mean, it felt amazing, and they are just the boss.
They are the best, aren't they? Nosif, before I let you guys go, have you got a message for any of the fans out there, all of the French fans that are here to support you?
Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire à tous les fans français qui te suivent, que ce soit en stream ou qui te regardent ici dans la salle?
Franchement, merci d'être là, merci de nous soutenir comme vous le faites, et franchement, vous êtes incroyables, les gars, merci.
I really thank you very much for being there. Thank you very much to cheer for us as you do now, and we're gonna do our best.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is one more time for Team Orchid. Back to you guys.
Back to Austin. We had a moment here. We had to welcome, of course, none other than Vico, Malibu.
The stage, couch, whatever you want to call this here. Guys, it's a couch, right? Yes. How are you guys feeling? Obviously, we had a big victory royale from you. We got the classic Vico pop-off. Vico, how does it feel, man?
Hey, it feels great. You know, after getting 20th in Grants, it feels great to actually be able to do something again for my IGL here. You know, not disappoint them. I don't know if y'all saw that clean 200. I don't know who that was in the last 2v2, but I was kind of moving there, I'd say, you know?
Well, what was it like for you, Mally, where you're just like, all right, yeah, Vico just do kind of crazy stuff? I mean, if you're the IGL, you're kind of the big brain, we know that, but how did it feel for you?
I mean, that's kind of expected, like, you know, when we're in top 3 and then Vico is alive and he has at least like 150 HP, I just know he's gonna win. So, like, I didn't even try to help him, I just died to let him want me to.
Now, talk to me about this. So, obviously, you called out, didn't do too well recently, but I don't know what it is, but when you guys hit LAN, you're just different animals. And even in, like, the first 2 games we saw, it was like, maybe they're not doing, like, the way we expected, but then immediately, like, oh, sorry, you're questioning me? Victor Royale. What leads into that? What makes you guys so good on LAN?
I mean, I think it's just because, like, on LAN, everyone's a tier 1 pro, right? Everyone's the best on their region for a reason. And nothing stupid can really happen. You know what everyone's gonna do. Like, you know, nothing stupid can really happen. Like, for example, in the grand finals.
When there's more pressure or less pressure?
Yeah, when there's more pressure, we play better because like we don't get uncomfortable with pressure. We just like, I don't know, we get more serious and we play seriously.
How do you guys?
There's
go
a
ahead.
quote saying that. You know what? Like, what are diamonds made out of again?
Oh, we can't.
You don't remember that quote?
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Pink?
You know, good old classic Pink.
You know,
gotta give him a shout out.
Pressure makes diamonds. You know.
That's right. That's right. So, what do you guys feel like you've improved on since that 20th place coming in now? Of course, being here on the EWC stage. What did you guys improve? What were the little things you're like, hey, and it doesn't have to be like a ton of things, obviously, you guys are the best, but what are like 1 or 2 things you were saying, like, we should work on this for that?
I think it's more like after 20 different grands, right? We kind of got a wake-up call that we still need to like VOD review. We still need to play scrims. We actually need to take the game serious and actually look at our mistakes and not just say like, oh yeah, bad zones, or oh yeah, just like we didn't know what to do, or whatever. You know, it's like we actually took matters into our own hands again, just like we did at Summit. And yeah, I mean, it's working out good pretty much. You know, been grinding a lot. You know.
What do you think, Melly?
To be honest, nothing really changed. It's just reload. It's just reload. We need to think less.
Bro, like, come on, you just ruined my whole thing, bro.
I don't know.
There goes my calling you guys humble comment just right out the window. Love to see that. Obviously, with the level of competition you guys are feeling, you know, is there another duo you have eyes on that you're like, man, I'd love to take it to like one final 2v2 and get a VR over you guys?
Ooh, actually, you know, like Peter and Poyo, you know, or like Shark and Teeny, you know, like the good teams, you know, like just the tier 1 teams, you know, would be nice to get a, like, especially Peter, you know. What?
They're decent.
Which one, Peter Poyo or Shark or Teeny?
Both of them.
Okay.
Coming from him. Didn't say anything.
No.
Don't come for me again, Peter Ball fans, all right?
I'm saying this like for him as well.
No. Just to clarify, I didn't say any of this. Malibuka said that. Don't come for me, come for him.
He whispered it to me in the ear right before the interview.
Yeah, I think that was when I walked him and said hello. I think that's exactly what he said. Exactly.
Yep. No, guys, you're setting me up for failure again on Twitter.
I don't know what you're talking about, Vico.
Oh my God, my
obviously, being in front of this amazing crowd and kind of hearing them roar, can you guys maybe give us like a taste of what that feels like? Obviously, we're on one side. You guys are professional players playing in front of the crowd. When they're roaring, and if you go back and watch, your hand's like actually shaking when they like cut to you. What are you feeling in that moment, man?
My hand was shaking?
Your hand was shaking.
Damn, I didn't even realize that. I guess I'm just too good. No, I mean, you know, it's fun. It's just like, I enjoy it, you know, it's just a feeling of like being on the LAN, you know, you get to see all the fans, like, you know, like online, like you can say like, oh yeah, I have 500,000 followers on like this platform, you know, but like seeing it IRL, how many people actually show up to support you is so much more different. It gives you like, it pushes you forward, you know? I don't know if you saw Spider-Man, like that one like animation of him like being pushed up like by all the ghosts that's like, or like, you know, like that. It just gives you more faith, you know, in yourself. So I don't know, it's just a great feeling, honestly. It makes me want to do way better than I always do, you know? God, I'm stuttering.
Dude, it's good. We're in the moment. You're feeling it good. What do you feel about it? It's like, is it the same for you? Do you feel something different?
I mean, we could describe it perfectly. It just like, it just helps you. It just, it's always nice to see all the pros, all the stuff, everyone like on every LAN, on Fortnite LAN. So it's really good to be here.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this is Group A. Tomorrow we bring in Group B. Is there any duo, maybe tomorrow, you're hoping maybe doesn't make it through, or maybe you hope they make it through so you can fight them in the finals?
Honestly, I just want Sky and Scroll to make it through, you know? They're really good friends of mine, especially Scroll. You know, I talk to him a lot, especially after that 20 from Grands, we talked a lot. We got the same mental coach, always Poppy as well, you know? But yeah, I think I want them to go through, you know? Like, I don't know, they're just fun to play against.
I just feel like I want to do bad, they're not gonna do bad because it's reload and it's 10 games, so it's really hard to not qualify. So I'm not gonna name any names.
He's got a point there, he's got a point.
Okay, one final question. I'd love to hear from you guys for the fans. Obviously the crowds out there, they're loving seeing you guys. They went crazy when you guys got the VR. What would you say to the fans that are watching you guys compete?
Well, thank you all for supporting us. You know, it's always great getting supported by you guys. I hope I can, you know, we just keep doing better and better. You know, I'm hyped for Belgium as well. But first of all, like, we gotta focus on this year. You know, gotta show that we're still the best. You know, for a reason, obviously. People say Mickey Summit win. There's no Mickey in that, you know. But yeah, thank you all for supporting us. You know, it keeps us, even at home, you know, keeps us motivated, keeps us faithful. You got something to say, Mavi?
Thank you for support, guys. We're gonna try to do better in finals as well.
See, that's why I love this guy, bro.
Yeah.
He's just a go.
The benefit for you, Mally, is you just have Vico to just do all the talking,
Yeah,
or you're just like,
that
hey, what he said, same here. Well, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you for having us, bro.
Of course, it's great. Let's go play some more games, watch more stuff. You know, we'll do all that. For that being said, that was Vico. That's Malibuka. We'll send it back into the studio.
Thank you, Seek, for that amazing interview with the players from Big as well. I mean, we saw Vico being able to clutch up earlier as well in game number 4, I believe it was. But right now, Levin, I gotta give you the gas, brother, because after that coach talk that you had for Falcons, actually, let's rewind it a little bit. Let me slow it down a tiny bit. Before you gave him the talk, Falcons' performances, it was none other than 18th, 19th, and 9th place. After your talk, it was 6th, in first place. Falcons, if you want to sign a coach, I mean, you got him right there on the screen.
Yeah, man, send the contract, man. You know where to find me, man. They know where I'm at. Look, I'm not going to take all the credit. It's Peterborough we're talking about here, man. I mean, they were always going to have that game. They were always going to have that big performance. It's the reason why we said it'd be foolish to write them off.
As we always say, as we always end up doing every single major, we always like, maybe this is it for Peterborough and Point, and then they always make a comeback. And to do it at the halfway point, where they still have 5 more games with it to even climb up the leaderboard more, they've just gotten started.
So a conversation that I kind of had when we saw Shark and Teeny dominating after like the first 2-3 games was that everybody else had to be worried about the momentum that they were picking up. You want to talk about a team that you have to be worried about when they start to pick up momentum? I feel like Peterborough and Pollo are at the top of that list. I mean, we know exactly what they can do. And yeah, they were on like 33 points going into, I believe it was game number 4. They are up to 159 now and in top 7. I mean, listen, they of course want to be first place at the end of the day, right? Because that's just a confidence boost. That portrays a statement. But really, you only need top 7 today to make it out of the groups.
Yeah, they went from being 17th place all the way up to 7. Nice. I like that number a lot more than 17th. But then you have some of the other teams there towards the top. Earlier, you were actually talking about consistency, Vivid. Yeah. And one team that has been consistent so far throughout the day is ROC, which is currently sitting in 3rd place with 161 points.
I'm happy that you kind of brought them up because there are certain teams, whenever we do watch Fortnite competitions and we take a look at the leaderboard, we're like, wait a minute, how are they so far up? We really haven't seen anything crazy from them today. We haven't really been talking about them today. I feel like that's Hari and Cammy here. I mean, I feel like we really haven't just seen anything too crazy, just leading right into that play style that Cammy loves to play. I mean, take a look at top 3 specifically. Take a look at the eliminations. How much more 1st and 2nd place have than Hari and Cammy, but they are still up there with them.
Yeah, Hari and Cammy were a team that are predicting to get out of the heat comfortably. And just because when you look at the way they've been playing in recent months, they've really been ramping in, going under the radar. You have to give big props to Cammy and Hari. It feels like for quite some time in EU, people were almost trying to write him off a bit, sort of talk about Cammy in a way that was like, yeah, Dimash and Dharma, the new best Polish duo in the region, right? They're going to be the new face of Polish Fortnite. Cammy and Hari have said, no, we're still here, and they're showcasing that through excellent consistency today.
And we can't ignore the history of Cammy either. He does have that LAN experience. He is the 2022 Invitational, although that was many, many years ago. Being able to have that LAN understanding, know what the meta is with inside the tournament is what can turn things around for you, and that's why they're doing so well.
I think it just comes down to them having a great coach, great consistency. They always have an excellent mid-game plan that they know exactly what they're going to do, and it's paying off so far.
It is paying off for them. It's not paying off for some of those teams currently in that 2nd page that we need to see a lot more out of, because we have now hit the halfway mark here for Group A. It's now or never for some of these squads, because if you are, especially for these duos, if you're in the bottom 3, those keys are going to be getting crushed. You're not going to get a chance to go to survival.
That being said, I mean, the halfway point is exactly the opportunity that a lot of these teams might need to actually turn around, because of course we are going to be switching maps now. So maybe just how the all spawn will be playing out just a little bit differently for all of our teams. Maybe that's enough. I mean, we do see the likes of like Alex and Reckless down there. I mean, Alex just consistently kind of makes it to these types of events, but also, you know, sometimes finding his way towards the bottom of the leaderboard as well. But we really do need to see him in finals.
And I mean, Slurp Rush, a lot of these teams do prefer Slurp Rush over Elite Stronghold. I do think that that's going to be making a lot of changes. There's probably some strategies that these teams go into with this specific map in mind. So I would love to see if we're going to be seeing some different kind of strategies of aggression or maybe even passivity that we didn't see in the earlier map.
Yeah, I don't want to make everything about the Falcons duo, but when you look at Pete and Boyo, I think it gets scarier for the lobby. I think they're a much better Slurp Rush team. I think when you look at how a lot of their mid games have gone, just the amount of shield available, the amount of loot available to them when they're playing Slurp Rush just means they're able to just recover games a lot better. And so, again, scary prospect for the rest of the lobby.
Especially with the way that they've been performing on those last 2 matches. One team that has definitely slowed down here, Kelly, has been Team Orchid. We saw them being able to get that win, but the duo has slowed down massively.
I don't think that's necessarily too much to speak on the other players. I think that that's based off of what everyone else is doing around them. I think that they have 5 more games to go going into this, and that there's not going to be too much of an issue for what they have in mind, but just everyone else seems to be kind of stepping up. We also saw specifically in that last game, almost every single one of our top teams go down early, and that's why we saw the leaderboard shift a little bit from 1st and 2nd place.
Yeah, absolutely, Kelly. I actually want to kind of bring up that point since we are going to be talking about Team Oregon. They did drop down to 9th place, but here's the thing. I mean, they're actually only 7 points behind 5th place. So how close that qualification spot is, just simply between 5th and 9th place. I mean, the leaderboard is starting to kind of develop a theme here where I feel like a lot of the teams around 7th place and that qualifying spot, it's going to get a little crazy.
I agree. I think it's exactly what we expected out of the competition. This group had so much talent, and I think we've seen from some of the smaller region teams, they're not just here to participate. Like, they are here to try and take over, and there's quite a few. I'm looking at Leviathan again.
Yes!
At the end there, I don't think we have the replay of it, but the shot Romero hits at the end where he's bobbling in the water, I forgot what player it was, but they open up their edit thinking, yeah, this is easy pickings. And he just hits like a left-hand peak bobbling in the water shot. I'm like, oh my goodness, I've not seen people like play at this level from, Brazil in quite some time. These guys, again, the talent is just so clearly there.
Romero just being a shark. That's what it came down to. Waiting for the right moment.
The only one in the lobby.
Waiting for the right moment to strike, and boy, was he able to, especially for that squad. You were hyping them up earlier. They're still being able to perform really well here. But as we're going to be heading into the second half of Group A, right? Now it's your turn, Vivid. Now it's your turn to be a coach. It can either be really good, as we see it from Levin, or it can end up backfiring. I might not have you do a speech just yet based on your reaction, okay? I'm going to give you a little bit of slack there, but I do want you to pick a team that is towards the bottom that you want to see them being able to step up in a big way.
Very easy for me to pick a team here. Don't even have to think about it. Epic Whale and Pump. We have constantly talked about how much experience means on a stage like this. Epic Whale, you are that guy. You have been playing forever. You consistently make it to these types of events. You have to go ahead and prove to everybody that is watching at home that not only do you deserve it, but also your counterparts from NA West. They are currently towards the top of the leaderboard. You gotta join them in the ranks, man. You are so good. I need you to prove it.
Brother, what were you talking about that you don't want to do motivational? All right.
It wasn't just his reaction that concerned you. All of us had the same reaction when you said that. I think we all doubted it, but I'm not going to doubt you anymore, Vivid. That was amazing.
Okay, now it's time for the team to end up performing. They've got a chance to, just back off a little bit, 30-minute breaks. And before we actually jump into match number 6, I know we got some awesome stuff here for you guys.
If your skin squeaks like that, your skin barrier might be stripped. You need CeraVe Foaming Cleanser. With 2% niacinamide, it removes impurities and absorbs oil for up to 12 hours. CeraVe Foaming Cleanser, developed with dermatologists, demanded by skin.
On the floors of Tokyo, down in London town to go. With the record selection and there's nothing to prove.
Myself, the Eau de Parfum, and the new Eau de Toilette Intense, Yves Saint Laurent.
Every game, every group stage, and every tournament. Complete daily and weekly challenges to earn boosters that help you climb the global leaderboard. Got what it takes? Join EWC Play now.
Epic Whale, a veteran in the Fortnite scene, has been competing since the game's inception. He's watched some of the best players come and go, but remains atop the NA West region.
I've been a pro since I was 16, so I think if you started young, I think you can just maintain that skill at the least. But I don't think there's really an age where you just can't be good at Fortnite anymore. They think you can't be older than 17 and good at Fortnite, but that's not true. That's not how it is at all. My experience be an advantage, my confidence going into it. A lot of kids, this might even be their first LAN. They're going to be scared, They have so much to play for. This is their chance to prove themselves. But since I've already done that, there's really no nerves going into it. the key to my longevity is like you can't let one season go to waste, because once you start declining in this game and your rep goes downhill, it's really hard to push back up that hill. So every season you just got to take it super serious and lock in. I enjoy it still. It's super fun. Like, I enjoy competing, and for me, like, doing bad in a tournament is enough to motivate me to like lock in again if I am slacking, you know?
Fresh off his record 7th FNCS Major 2 victory, Epicwell heads into the 2026 Esports World Cup with the very duo partner he just won alongside, Pump. No stranger to glory, Epic knows the sacrifice required to succeed in competitive Fortnite. With the skill ceiling now higher than ever, there's no easy road to victory.
Yeah, I think during the first 2 qualifiers, it definitely would have been really nice to qual in those, but we weren't really as well prepared for reload. But during the last 2, I think we actually played a lot better. I mean, we should have qualled in the 3rd one, but we kind of got griefed, but we still got our qual in through the last one, so. I mean, I knew we were the best team, and I knew that we deserved the last spot, but at the end of the day, you never know who's gonna like come out on top in a tournament, especially with 1 land spot left. It's always tough, but I knew we were the best team and that we deserved it.
At 24, Epic is the oldest player competing in Paris, equipping him with invaluable experience versus the army of young hopefuls. Epicwell's persistence saw him secure his EWC spot in the final qualifier, a trait that defined his career. Now, he is ready to prove on land that age is just a number.
Yeah, I mean, winning this EWC, it would mean a lot just to like prove that longevity, you know, on a global scale. To other teams, you know, good luck out there.
Guys, Monster D-Face here, and we get the pleasure to actually check things out behind the scenes because it's media day going on right now. And actually, I might want to keep it down just a little bit because over here you have live commentary, footage, photography, everything happening right here. And also, as the players are starting to warm up, normally they just come in here early and, you know, we get to chat with someone. And it looks like we have my boy Leo here as well. Leo, what's up, bro?
I'm fine. What about you?
Dude, I'm doing good. How was your flight? How's the travel?
Everything perfect. This is my country, Paris. I'm hyped for this. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, the last time we saw each other was at the last event. Now you're at this event here. I mean, what are your expectations coming in?
I think I'm happy with what French doing right now. I'm trying to think about the top 5 maybe. I think they can do it.
Well, guys, listen, this is behind the scenes. Obviously, again, we are lucky enough. And Leo, thank you so much, man, for your time, bro. Well, have a good luck and enjoy the show. Yeah, we are in the time of the century here for the Fortnite fans. Obviously, again, you can even see here on the players wall. Take a look at this. People are getting to sign their names. Folks are having fun, drawing little fun pictures, and that's really all there is to it. And in case you also want to see the behind the scenes of a set, I got something covered for y'all. Take a look at this. Now, I don't know what goes into building this stuff, but trust me, it looks pretty incredible. You're gonna see tons of awesome shots of your favorite pros, players kind of hanging out, taking different types of videos here, and trust me, it's so freaking cool. All right, now we're getting to my least favorite place, the quiet zone, but I'm still gonna give you guys a quick look. Let's go ahead. All right, so here in the quiet zone, well, this is where that high-level B-roll and interview stuff starts to happen. Now, I'm not going to venture too far in, but do know we're going to take a peek at one of the Fortnite sets. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, and here's the Fortnite set. This one looks pretty cool. Might even be familiar for some of y'all. Now check this out. Bunch of cameras set up here. Players usually sit down, get mic'd up, and then you kind of go through the fun interview process. Now, one thing that's really cool about the way we do the Fortnite content here is that we don't tell the players what they're coming in for. We kind of keep it a surprise. So hopefully what you're going to see later feels nice and natural, and you're even going to check out the one that I did with Vico and Malibuca. And I hope you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes. Unfortunately, Peterbot and Boyo look like they just got here, but time's up.
Ah, man, MBF getting a chance to go all over the place, hang out with the players too. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fortnite Reload Championship at EWC 26. Hi, Glitter. Actually, I'm joined by Taco, Levin, and now Glitter. Glitter, is there anything going on with the Club Championship?
Yeah, I decided to come hang out with you guys as we got a little bit of time because it's not a big update, but it is something to pay attention to. Oh, is this for me? Oh, thank you.
All yours.
All right, well, it's something to pay attention to when it comes to our CC teams because over on the Crossfire side of things, AGAL have already guaranteed themselves top 8, which when it comes to CC, that's a guaranteed set amount of points, and that means things can really only go up from here. So when it comes to our stage, I'm going to need tomorrow AGL to do some popping off here, 7.
I think they're going to be able to. Levin, you think so too?
Sky and Scroll must be licking their lips. You know, they're like, oh, we were already coming in to just, you know, completely dominate the competition, but they're setting us up now to just slam dunk it home. Look, I'm sure they ain't even worried about that in reality, right? They're just here to play their game. They're one of the best in the world. They'll be all right.
Yeah, especially when we get towards the finals. You might think that they're not worried about it, but trust me, those orgs are going to be like, hey, yo, we need those points. But Taco, since you join us, we're actually going to have a special little segment here. It's called Build Your Perfect Fortnite Pro Player. Now, we're going to have 8 options here, Glitter, for them.
Can I join this too?
Oh, you definitely can. All right, so it'll be the 3 of you. You can only select 4, though, out of the 8. All right, so I want you to really think about this, and I'll start with you first, Glitter.
Me first? Okay. If I'm just going off of gut reaction here, I'm going with comms, communication. I'm going with general mechanics, and I'm going with strong mentality. Okay.
Strong mentality. Actually, that's one that a lot of people tend to overlook. So, respect. I like those 4 picks. How about you, Taco?
I think for me, the big one I'm taking away is clutch. I think a huge element of Fortnite, especially in endgame moments, is watching players come up big in the clutch. Also got to be looking towards aim. I think that mechs are flashy, mechs are nice, but sometimes it's the aim that can really carry things through for a solid turn of events. After that, awareness is going to be my third in line, and I think comms is always a really good shout.
Yeah.
I didn't pick a 4th.
You can pick a 4th. Like,
It's fine. I'm sticking with my 3.
okay, that's fine. I don't want to be boring, but I think Taco took the ones that I think are the key, right? You want the great aim, you want the clutch, you need the awareness at the highest level of Fortnite. I'm going to differentiate though a bit, and I'm going to go strong mentality. You know, I like myself like a mentality monster. I need someone who just no matter what you put in front of them.
And listen, you have to be able to bounce back, right? Especially in a game like Fortnite. You're not going to do well every single game. You need to be able to recover from that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you get taken down or spawn and you're sat on the stage for 30 minutes just watching.
Thank you.
That affects people, you know? You need to be able to just go right back in, lock back into the zone.
All right, Seth, what about you?
Yeah, you gotta go pee, then you have to just wait for everybody else to finish off the game. That's the worst. This is why I'm not a pro player. What were you saying?
I would say, what about you? If we're going to do it, you need to jump in here too. Give us your perfect Fortnite player.
Oh, wait, Levin, you only pick 1, right? What were the other 3?
I picked the same as Taco. I'm going clutch, aim, awareness, but then strong mentality.
Oh, hold on. Tomas, bring it back real quick if we can. I want to see those again. Because aim, I definitely need the aim. Hear me out. My aim is so bad. It's not even funny. So I'm going to go with aim. Yeah. I'm going to go with clutch because of what Taco was saying, too. I feel like those 2 so far are good. And let me think about the other 2 really quick. Strong mentality as well. And you gotta rock with builds.
I guess I just assumed a base level of aiming in every player. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, you know?
I feel like at the highest level, like almost all the players in this lobby, they have like a certain standard of mechanics, right? So like a lot of the mechanical stuff is like, you know, you're gonna get that from whoever. I think the elite aimers though, the people who just reliably in the big moments, that's why I think aim paired with strong mentality, because you could be a sick aimer, then you get to the end game, you start wobbling a little bit, you think, oh, okay, game 10, I'm a bit nervous. Like, no, like, you have strong mentality, you have perfect aim, you're good.
But see, that's where I lean towards the comms direction, though, because you can have a strong mentality, but ultimately, if you're not able to convey anything towards your duo in these kinds of competitions, I think it just adds unnecessary complications. And even there's times where if you are eliminated, you can still have really solid comms. We even saw an instance in those 5 matches with Malibuca giving very solid comms to Vico, and he's coming up in the clutch to win out in a game.
You started a debate, 7. This is your fault. This is now going to be a very long, ongoing debate.
I'm all for it. For everybody watching, please build your perfect Fortnite pro player and share it on social media. Make sure you use that hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26. And also let us know your predictions. Go into the EWC Play app and put in your pick'ems, because my pick'ems, boy, at the start, they were not that good, but then they started bouncing back. I'm not going to say which duo it was, but I think you're going to get an idea of which one I'm talking about. 11, Taco, Glitter Explosion, the 7WG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this segment, but let's see what Barney's currently up to.
Okie dokie. Looty.
Yeah, tell me, Barney.
Dude, we've been here for like 7 weeks now.
Yeah, 7 weeks now. 7 semaines, ça fait beaucoup, hein?
I feel like I haven't interacted with the French audience nearly enough, so I need you to teach me some stuff.
Oh, okay. Il veut que je lui apprenne des trucs en français. Okay, we're gonna go slowly and easy, okay?
Nice.
So basically, you know one is like, faites du bruit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
cool.
are you ready? We're gonna try together. So,
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Faites du bruit! That works, that works.
Yeah,
Je peux voir que sur les côtés ça a pas crié. Je vous retire, les gars, je vous retire. Okay, the
Nice.
second one. Do you want another one?
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So this one is a little bit tougher, but you're gonna nail it. So it's gonna be something like, est-ce que vous êtes chaud?
Show, I know that word.
Yeah, like it's been, are you warm up? You know? Okay?
Okay, cool.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Est-ce que vous êtes chaud? That's
working.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, give me another one. One more before we go.
Alors, une dernière idée. Okay, one more. Oh, yeah. So you're gonna say, j'ai plus de balles.
Okay, what does that mean?
Oh, it's you will see, okay? J'ai plus de balles.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
J'ai plus de balles! What did I just say?
Casters, back to you
What
for the
did I
accent.
just say,
It's
Lucy?
okay. Casters, back to you.
What was that?
It's cool, bro. It's cool.
All right, enough for that, Barney. We don't need you angering up the crowd here. It's your boys, Monster D-Face and Mini Miner. We get to call the action. We've been watching from the back, but finally, it's our time.
Oh, it's good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready for this. We've got a brand new map here for the last 5 games. We've got Slurp Rush, completely different way the map's being played. Of course, the guys right there were speaking about mentality. So many of our teams, their mentality is going to be tested right now, Monster. Longer break than usual, an opportunity to think back at those games, and then a completely fresh slate, a completely new map, new drop spot, new mechanics on how the map works as well. So many things to keep in mind here.
Yeah, one thing to think about is that extended time off, right? They got a good moment to kind of really sit down, analyze the situation, and then see where are they in the tournament? What do they now have to do as far as adjustments are concerned to prepare for the battle that's ahead?
Well, they need to do a lot. You know, they need to try and think about what's going well, what's going wrong, how can we adjust? And then, of course, everything that you just learned from those first 5 games. We're now can almost throw all that out the window, bar a lot of those sort of mentality things, because things are going to be so different, particularly when you're thinking about a different map. You're also thinking about different drop spots, different contest stations, different third parties around as well. So there's going to be lots of different situations that we find our duos in here, because maybe they're fighting a different team than they were used to in these first 5 games. So many different questions to be answered here. And what's really incredible to sort of witness here is that we've already had first 5 games. We've already had this sort of LAN environment. Now things are going to be completely different.
Yeah, if there was nerves to begin with, those are surely out the window at this point.
Yeah.
They've had enough time to kind of get the jitters out the way. Now we get to get into the action here, switching up the map, getting right into what comes next here, Mini Miner. It's game number 6.
There's some big off-spawn fights as well. The big one at Dirty, Doc, Shark and Teeny, Sphinx, Muzz. You see Izzy there as well in the distance. Plenty of teams that are surrounding this sort of area, and already Muzz is finding his first knock. Gino's here as well, and he takes down Muzz. That's a first elimination for them certified here as well. So many teams in and around this area here, Monster.
It's so interesting. It's like you can't even shake a Muzz not catching a break here. You're coming into this game in 6th place, and then you don't get that first elimination. That's a slow way to kind of start things off, but Chino and Pablo are fighting like they have something to win here, and I like what I'm watching. Let's see him do it. Chino gets a shot. Sphinx puts up a good defense, but not quite enough.
Slide kick there, really nice actually from Gino, one of the most aggressive players that we can see on EU, but getting pushed by another one. Shark got the high ground, looking for that shot, finds the knock, of course, as well as the full elimination. Big moments here for Shark and Teeny. We've seen them have a little bit of a wobble here. They've lost that top spot. Vico Malabuka slowly starting to come back into the competition. So Shark and Teeny really have a lot to answer for here.
If you really think about it, and this is a worst case scenario for them, dropping a game out of the first Elite Stronghold map, coming into this one, Dirty Dots triple contested, it kind of does put a question on whether or not Shark and Teeny can maintain the momentum. They sort of had an easy first half if you think about it. This next half might be pretty tough.
It's going to be interesting. You get to see the map, how everything goes down. I think Shark and Teeny really there can be really happy with how they sort of played that Dirty Dots. They were the team that were healthy. They're the team that are alive. A lot of the other duos in that sort of area were wounded. They were down to one individual. So definitely something to keep an eye out for, as well as we take a look at Peterbot. All the way over at Slurpy Swamp. These guys looking like they were going to take this for themselves, but plenty of people nearby. And what a shot from Peterbot.
What a shot indeed from downrange there. You love to see it. Now we got a little bit of lurk action here from Ari and Ford Khaled. Let's see what they're going to do. Playing a little aggressive now. Looking for the little side angle here. Steamy Stacks does seem to have some pretty high contestation right now. All in all, though, pacing seems to be going pretty well. Here's a team, though, they have to really step it up now.
Yeah, they do, yeah. It's lots of answers needed for this duo. Currently sitting right at the bottom end of the leaderboard, so this fresh map change might play into their favor. A fresh slate, clean, new start for these final 5 games, because for some of the teams that are further down, the teams that are popping off right now, why can't they do that in this latter half of competition? That's what they'll be asking themselves. If they can do it, why can't we? And it's a lot of those sort of smaller region teams that do need to have a little bit of a comeback here. Pablo Wingu, we saw Chino fighting off spawn a lot over at Dirty Dots, and Pablo's trying to get an angle here onto Izzy and Nosif, the fan favorites here in Paris. Pablo looking for an angle, trying to find one on the backside, not able to actually find one as Chino's providing pressure from other areas. Nice piece of control from Pablo. Good shot. Another one will find the first knock onto Nosif, and Pablo's there as well.
They are playing very, very well right now. The consistency really picking up here for Pablo and Chino. 3 eliminations now and on the hunt. We might be seeing our first team fully eliminated, but no. Things settle down now. Chino and Pablo just really turning things around right now. Take a look at Romero, though. Just look at them go right here. Really taking flight. Meanwhile, Cringe and Voco in a tough position. You have Izzy kind of insight here in the distance. He's debating whether or not he wants to fight. Meanwhile, Pump Epic Whale. Again, they have a really difficult time ahead of them. If you get eliminated here now, you're going to be so far behind, and you can get sent fully out of this entire tournament bracket. You cannot be at the bottom 3.
Yeah, it'd be a disastrous start to the second half of competition for them. They really need to have a good one here in order just to, even just with the mentality side of things as well, you know, ensuring that you can bounce back after a tricky start. So much expectation, of course, particularly for Epic Whale. Had so much experience, so sort of speaking about that previously on the desk. You know, lots of expectation, but also that calmness about his demeanor, I guess you could say, when he plays on these sort of lands. He's been there, he's done that. He should be confident, he should be calm. So excited to see what those guys do as well.
Oh, Zone's on top of Z-Dog. And of course, Goofy here, they're just kind of vibing out right now. Shark and Teeny back on the hunt here. They're listening and watching the action right now, but Bray's the first to get caught off. Another team puts their opinion on the matter here, and now this is going to be a really filthy fight right now. You have Booga and Braid, you have Goofy kind of off in the distance, possibly thinking they want a third party this one, but Booga and Braids have their work cut out for them.
Classic Teeny lurk right there, something that he's definitely used to doing over on EU, and now doing it here on the global stage. Booga and Braze were bruised, but not fully knocked. So I think it looks as though Shark and Teeny will sort of try and dip on out there. You can see there's another team sort of rotating on through as well. Going to give Booga and his teammate Braze the opportunity to disengage. Oh no, though, Teeny down to Muzz here.
This is very personal for Muzz and Sphinx. You know, they took the battle from Dirty Dots. They weren't happy how that went down, and now turning on the gas pedal here. One thing I've noticed from Shark so far today, he is not afraid to fight with Teeny down. He will put up a strong defense, but now they just kind of have to hold this one down. You know, this is one of the worst times to fall.
Yeah.
Zone 4, right? We're about to go into that point in the time where things are going to cut down, and look at this. Half of it's in the water here, so it really is going to get pretty bad for them.
So little space to work with. If there's anyone that you want as a solo clutch situation, it's Shark. He's almost like the extra overshield in the game. You have overshield here in Reload. Shark is like, Overshield plus. He's just that fighting demon that not only can eliminate players, but also hold them off inside of these fights as well. And that's what makes this team just so good, because it's so hard to take them down. Even when one of them is down, like we just saw there, they're so good at getting back together and keeping their momentum going. In terms of momentum, Vico Malabuca, they're a team that's on fire right now. They're surging up the leaderboard, expecting big things from them. And Peterbot and Pollo, they're starting to come alive here.
Yeah, here they are doing very well right now. 4 eliminations. This is the fastest start that we've seen on the entire tournament so far for Peterbot and Pollo. So already off to a really strong start. Pablo and Chino, though, back to them. So we just got to keep tabs on what's happening here. Meanwhile, Peterbot just continuing to put in work with that pistol.
Over peak, though. Took a lot of damage right there, so had to go back inside. And that's the benefit of this Slurp Rush map. You can actually heal a lot in the storm. There's a lot of those sort of Slurp barrels. There's so much of it. So that's why I'm seeing so many of our teams right now inside of that storm. Some teams really far back, almost up towards Steamy Stack, some of our teams. So really happy to stay inside of that storm. And just saw Shark there go down. Yeah, Shark now out, so Teeny on his own. Another test here for this duo early on. We spoke about how this team had a little bit of a wobble going into this second half. They need to bounce back here as well.
Yeah, I mean, what can you do when you're triple contested and out?
Yeah.
Huga and Braids also saw them dip back into the storm. They seem to be very much interested in getting into a piece of this action. Little did they know, there is a team rotating on the outskirts here. Can they actually find them?
Going to be the question here as Huga and Braids just sort of scrap looting. It's actually just a singular player outside of them, so they might not want anything to do with it. They want to don't want to get caught too much inside of that storm, and that's what I was talking about. Look at all these players inside of the storm. It's possible in this map, particularly when you're rotating through Slurpy Swamp. There's so much of those heals there, of course, as well. What is it, like 2 or 3 teams inside of the zone right here, Monster? Everyone's playing outside, and it's honestly the meta in this particular map. And for Peterbot and Pollo, they've started strongly here. Peterbot's been hitting shots. They seem like they're the sort of team that just gain that momentum. We've seen it before. We've seen them have slow starts, but when they get going, it's like a runaway train.
From in the zone to in the bubble, Peterbot came into this game in 7th place. He's now sitting in 5th on overall placement points, so he is slowly working his way up. Meanwhile, Shark and Teeny fighting their way out the pit that they were being thrown into here. Teeny and Shark get a little bit of material from that fight. Braids and Buga might have stood around for a little too long. Can Teeny get the full finish? That would have been devastating for Braids there.
Yeah, another situation where Teeny's trying to lurk. They're trying to find that knock, and they don't find it initially right there. So really difficult situation. That's how Shark went down. You can see right there. Braids was the one doing the lurk right there. Teeny, of course, doing a fantastic job as well. That's his role when Shark does go down, and they're just capable individually, which is what makes these guys so good.
It's a good story for them right now. They're just kind of fighting their way back. What looked like was going to be a very rough situation. Now they're possibly looking to set up the farm onto Rue here inside the zone. Already though, crash pads ready to get to work here. Burst rifle, of course, allowing him to have that pressure and accuracy, but either way, this is a pretty tough place to fight. Very close quarters engagement happening here. The zone will start to add up, but first they need to secure these elims and that get moving. Let's see it. Teeny finally starting to break loose here, gets a couple extra bandages, and you can just see the wear and tear on the loadout here. It's not looking too great for them, but hey, they're still in the running.
That's the thing. These guys can turn their game around on a dime. Any situation they find themselves in, you have to back them. And you can see, it looks as though they have overtaken first place spot with all those eliminations. Look at that, though. Second place right now, fighting another top dog in the lobby. Peterbot and Pollo against Vico and Malabuca. LAN winners against LAN winners right now. 2 teams that are no stranger to the top end of the leaderboard going head-to-head. This is what LAN competition's about. For now, it's peaceful, it's calm, but things could boil over in an instant.
That's a fight that I think we all know is worth paying for. Vico and Malabuca just kind of back off, ease up here now. And, you know, we naturally expected the zone to finally stay in on some land because the water has taken so much real estate. This is going to be the most congested game of the evening. And go figure, it's a little bit of chaos here from after that 30-minute bit of downtime here. But take a look at what Malabuca's next big play is. It's likely to find an elimination. They need a refresher. And just from what I'm seeing in the loadout in general, it's telling us that Malabuca has already gone down this game, and it's a pretty scrappy one at the moment.
Yeah, it can be, but again, another team that are more than capable. Looking at the way the zone's pulling here as well, back up towards that north. So as I was saying, lots of those teams sort of honing in on that Slurpy Swamp area, going to make that usual dead side of zone going to be a little bit more congested than usual. So teams that are playing inside of Slurpy Swamp, you can see them just starting to rotate their way in right now. Lots of fights are going to start going down in this area. Go Vico, go. That's Vico's mum right there in the bottom left of the screen. She's always here supporting Vico, and what a performance from them so far. But it's going to start to get congested on that sort of west side of zone.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough spot to kind of put yourself in. You see a lot of teams trying to put themselves sort of towards that river in case they end up in a difficult spot where you need to kind of get some cheeky extra HP. For now, though, the clock is ticking. The new zone will reveal itself, and then it is game time because the Storm will officially not allow players to refresh their way back into this lobby here. Taking a look at the overall bigger picture, Root and Moda fall, so that Storm fight really started to weigh on them. Meanwhile, Peterbot and Boyo really looking to put up the positioning here. The first early high ground, Epic Whale gets knocked. That is the worst spot to be in. Nosif loses duo as well. This is so rough.
This is really rough. The French fans right now, they're on the edge of their seats. Nosif has got the entire country on his back in this particular game, having to solo clutch right now. And this is what I was talking about. Lots of these teams that are rotating from Slurpy Swamp are going to get in all sorts of trouble, and look who's there playing spoiler for them, playing guards in the front of the castle. It's Peterbot, it's Poyo, it's Peterbot with a mammoth. He doesn't miss. Can he hit another? Not quite in that situation, but they're dangerous. They're on fire. They're on form. And they have the momentum right now. They're looking to win this game here,
Monster. Done a really good job keeping that Mammoth Pistol pressure down. Eliminated right there in the feed. You see Virgo and Shadow unfortunately falling to the hands of actually Peterbot finally gets in. Then Reckless and Alex under some severe pressure here as they tried to make that rotate, but it just goes completely sour for them. Meanwhile, Virgo still is in the game, but Shadow no longer allowed to be reloaded back in.
Yeah, a few solos in this game right now. Lots of clutches needed. Look at this though. Shark now down to a solo as well. Another situation where he has to solo clutch. Look at this. Yeah, it's not great at all. Teeny dropping him some mats right now. Plenty of builds for him to work with. This is the situation. This is the player that you want in a solo clutch situation. He pulls zone here as well and finds that extra body inside of the Storm. This could be enough. If these medkits can hold here, Monster, he might be able to just stay inside of the Storm and just play it out from there.
Hello. His qualifying, defining moment of the evening. They're pulling the zone when the Storm is looking like it's working against you there. Everything all of a sudden now is in his favor. Meanwhile, just looking at how Peterbot is playing here, they are firing up, and this is why you can't count them out. My gosh.
It's just a highlight reel. He's making his own highlight reel. Every single time we go back to a replay, you know it's going to be an absolute banger. And that's what Peterbot does. Another huge couple of connections there with the Mammoth Pistol. Unfortunately for them, they're not going to be able to find those refreshes. So all of that early investment, they will have to look for another one as another team looks to try and play up in the sky as well. Peterbot and Poyo do have to keep their eyes on that as everyone down below has to try and traverse their way through all of this water. The team that's in the sky, it's Muzz and Sphinx. They're looking on down at the rest of the lobby, trying to skip a lot of these moving zones to hold onto a lot of their materials. But meanwhile on the low ground, Booga, not a bad performance so far, still need more, looking for an opportunity to make their way into the zone. Lots of pressure though from another angle. They can't get cracked here or else they'll be focused, but they're holding on for now, and Peterbot's in the air as well.
This is smart from them. You see them continue to set up this Flowberry Fizz with the
now I have high battery in both my mouth and my headphones.
Learning that they took out those first several games. For them, it's a story of being nearly knocked out all the way down to fighting for the long run. Booga and Braid just continue to surprise us though. Another end game in store for them. But top 15 though, no big pushes from here again. Is somehow still fighting his way into this run here, into this end game.
This is what he does, but he's being cracked in the process right now. Health going down, looking towards that front side of zone and needing to take a moment to breathe, a moment to heal. Only down to the wood now as well for Shark. Meanwhile, Booga on the other side of things needs a bit of a refresh of his own with Brace looking for that right now. Goofy and to try and hold them as well. They're safe and sound in another target right now.
Power. Yeah, I watched the video when they like post power versus ranked.
Yeah, you know, getting reunited is one thing, but earning points a whole other one. They are doing just that as they stay alive a little bit longer. And you know, what I thought was going to be this downfall of Malibuca and Vico, they have somehow managed to claw their way back into the tournament. Meanwhile, Shark really holding on. That Storm Sickness seems to have turned on, though, as he is taking a ton of damage. He's down to 1 HP. What can he do? Malibuca Vico behind that wall, barely with any mats, and finally he gets hunted down. It was, of course, to the hands of Malibuca as they turn around, but look at this. You got Vico and Mali. They have a chance to really start building a strong lead. They drop down, eliminate Brady.
I love my double movement settings.
People on
They're
the
so
right
good.
looking to try and find another couple of those big shots with the Mammoth, but looking a little bit low on the materials right now, so trying to find their way towards that front side as well. Vico Malibuca hip to hip like we've seen them in the past. They're so good in these endgame situations, squeezing out all of those placements. Still a decent amount of builds to work with as well.
That was crazy. He drops in the med kit, the Flowberry Fist, just
Yeah,
supporting himself there.
This is the
Meanwhile,
perfect
loses
combination
Boyo, though.
I have
Boyo
right
gets greedy,
now.
trying to get the refresher, and then you have teams that are
Yeah,
nearly
that-
fully knocked out of the
I
advantage,
watched
holding on, trying to make a
his stream, so
for them there. Somehow, though, Peterbot gets the pickup. What in the world? What kind of stories unfolding here?
But he can't chop out height.
Okay,
They've got second. Boyo is the one with the spray weapon, which they do. Peterbot is trying to chop out height. It's Malibuca retaining
I
it.
can't
Vico's
go
all the way down there,
purple.
though. He's going to have to survive for now as a solo, but
Okay,
Malibuca
yes,
providing that pressure fire. Pablo Wingu as well, all the way down on the low
Wait,
ground.
what's this? That's
Boyo, they're not going down easy. Boyo takes down Vico. Peterbot finds the finish, and they retain their spot.
2000 goes, okay. Oh my god, okay. 2000.
But they are still in this tournament. You cannot count them out. They have to fight their way back for that high ground. And we might be seeing a Peterbot and Boyo win again here. And then they find Muzz with the nasty flick there. Well played. Spix is all that's left standing. There's not much you can do when you're going against Peterbot and Boyo. We love you, but it's not going to be enough. Peterbot, Boyo, secure another one. And finally now, he cracks that cheeky smile. They know they're back.
They know they're back.
They
They were
take
never
out
gone. They were
Mario.
always within. They were always feeling it.
yeah, it's also to just my loadout.
Monster on their shoulders. I mean, it's one of those situations where we can just see them coming alive in real time.
And then you can just see it, sense the emotion there on the other side. Boyo eases up, loosens up his shoulder. He's happy. The fans are feeling good. The emotions are starting to turn around here.
I mean, even though they've done it all right, when you have a start like that they did, really low down, what were they,
Hello.
19th after a couple of games, yeah, pressure on you, no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter where you've been, it's
Wait.
pressure on you. You see a lot of that
In
pressure
my
just being
base.
released off of their shoulders right now. Not only have they won their back-to-back, they've also won across different maps, so potentially this is the sign of things to come here on Slurp Rush, because we had some questions, we were like, a nice end for them there on Elite. Here in Slurp Rush, we've got our answer.
And it's really nice
Oh,
to watch
could
this
you get
happen all in person, of course. You know, it's not very often we get to really kind of
5
dive
crowns
deep into
per
what happened.
elimination.
You put the best players in a situation like this, but that map change, I think, really was the boom that they were looking for. Even now, look, Peterbot posing for the cameras there. Yeah, it must feel nice.
Yeah, you can see it from there. Boyo, as you take a look at some of the highlights there from that end game.
Like they're
You can never really count them out here.
Yeah, I'm
Just
closing.
listen in on this,
Twitch
you know,
right
when you
now.
start thinking about
Don't work.
I don't need to go pro, I'm already a pro almost.
Badges. Okay, so let's get this. This and this. Then. Okay. Go, I can't do
Same. Not right now, but I was.
And why are you using double pump? A good team
I
of him,
don't-
team of him, team of him. Good guys.
Yeah.
Let's make him race quit. Let me get all the kills, okay? I need the bet. No, I'm kidding. You can get the kills too. Purple if we can. Look at those. You can. Go yellow. Okay, bro, seriously? Seriously? Oh my god, he's changed.
Wait, let me kill him. I'm gonna freaking.
Oh. He got custom.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just. Let's. Just the routine. 50. 100. Oh my gosh! He's cracked. Okay, roast. It's not bad.
Bro, holy aimbot. Holy aimbot. I just aimbotted that guy. Oh my god, 2 versus 2. 2 versus 2. I'm gonna close the Discord. It's 2 versus 2.
Yeah.
Blue. Bro! No, I'm going back. I'm going with him. No, just go with the other guy. Go with the other guy. Bro!
Yeah.
Why, Alfred? You could go with the other guy. I told you. Yeah, I was okay, Alfred. Just finish. I'm going from behind. What is this?
Okay, you and me, plan. You and me 2v2.
Yeah.
You and me against these players.
Yeah. Blue, go blue, go blue, go blue, go blue. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Crack.
Dead.
Någonstans, för jag vet inte. Okay. This go,
Bro. I actually what the fuck? How am I going to 1v3 you? Oh yeah. He switched teams.
Yeah. But you guys gonna die.
Heck no.
What is my team doing? What is he doing? You let him. What do you think you do with Gas this shotgun. Come on. And there you die. Can my teammate just please go for one? Why are you standing still?
Who left? Wait, he left, bro. No, he did not.
Gotta change the shotgun.
I'm gonna change my everything.
What's the mission? Yeah. Change
100. 120 on. The red.
I'm going to destroy this. Yeah. Oh my goodness, dude, that was so funny though. I just went there, destroyed it, and they just bloops. Oop. You died, sorry. Come get it up. Let this go. Fine. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Prime? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Prime. So you just know I'm streaming, by the way.
Okay, I'm joining you.
Yeah, I joined the game. Be on our team. Finish these guys. Alfred, Alfred, what are you doing? Bro, serious, Alfred, seriously. Push him! Please!
What?
What were you doing? I was pushing, you were like dancing around something. Prime, could you join or is it downloading? Yeah, what's up, Aqua? How are we doing?
It is.
Right foot creep, boom, walking with that heat. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch some bait. Right foot creep, boom, right foot creep. Right foot creep, boom, walking with that.
You know what? I'm gonna shrink this to the index. I already know one.
Oh my.
How do you think you got destroyed? Yo, got Prime. Can you come into the game or?
I'm downloading.
Okay.
I actually go.
Right foot creep, ooh, walking with that heat. Look around. Right foot creep, ooh, walking with that heat. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch them bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feature on your.
Bros!
My teammate sucks, bro.
Don't say it's just guys, don't say it's guys.
My teammate sucks.
That doesn't count, he's winning right now.
My teammate sucks, bro. It's not my fault.
Let's go. We get 2
Alright. I'm in the game, Clan.
Go blue. Always go blue.
Clan, is the guy with you good? What? Where I go?
Just go blue. Always go blue.
Is the guy with you very good?
Alfred is good.
Is he also a member?
He's my duo. He's the other owner.
Oh, hi Alfred.
Alfred, have you seen that you're the owner? One of have ownership in the server.
Yeah. Is he good? The clan.
Okay.
We lose a 2v4. That's actually bad looks, guys. Don't lose. You know, we never lose.
Bro, so fucking nice. Bro, fuck you to my edit.
Why is there just only people? It's unfair, man. 4 versus 2. Then it's unfair. 4 versus 2.
No, it's one. No. Bro, I'm fucking alone.
Yeah, I'm going with you. Yeah, kill them all you can. And you do a 1v2. Right. What was this speaking? How can I get this?
Bro, I can't do that.
It's amazing. Plan, let's read. There's a trap and fight group on them. Yeah, it's me.
Bro!
90.
Alfred!
It's me!
Alfred,
Yeah.
you made me so I lost the wall.
Oh, I thought it was you. I didn't know. You hit me. I'm lagging so much, bro.
Like, oh my god, why did you got the map?
I'm mute. Let's go.
Alfred, I had the wall when you came in spring.
Let's 3v2. Nah. Oh. Hey, I am lagging so much. I can't edit my.
What is my team doing? Please come and kill this guy. What is this load that I need?
A 1v2. Can I do a 1v3? Oh wait. Okay.
Man.
I'm locked in.
Ultra serious. How did you know? Damn.
How am I not protecting fucking what? Yeah, bro, it's not lagging.
What do you mean I'm not lagging? I can barely edit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm locking in a little bit.
Like, my wall can't play sometimes.
Bro did a quadruple edit and tells me he's lagging.
I was lagging. Yeah, let's 1v3 them. Clan, let's 1v3 them.
1v3. 1v3. What are you talking about 1v3?
2v3 I said, bro.
No, you said 1v3.
Nah.
JP, what did he say? What did he say?
1v3.
Nah.
You did.
Did I say that?
Yes.
You did.
Bro,
Oh, 25 on Lucky.
wait, this is another PS4.
Yeah, bro, no way it's lagging. Yeah, it's straight on
I'm lagging right now. I was lagging.
You play on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know from the game.
Yeah, is it not so pretty obvious?
Wait, did they rage quit?
Clan? That guy that you told me is the best. Alfred can kill him.
Wait, I want
They
to 1v2 you. I'm going blue.
I'm going
You go.
yellow.
You two go yellow. I go blue.
Wow, 300 ping.
Go. Locked.
Man, how do I get those secrets?
You got not the secret, but
Okay. Okay, I'm F.
He was telling me I'm lagging on 20 ping.
Okay, we got another guy. We got another guy. Alfred Jr.
Wonder if you go in yellow. You too. I go blue.
No.
Wait.
You gotta choose me or Prime.
Wow, I'm alone.
She's fast. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
I go on cancer.
You're going to get clapped by a 10-year-old. Clan. Oh! I can't place him! Oh, I can't place anything.
What the fuck are you doing? No, you buried me alive. What the fuck? I couldn't work. Wow. Oh, like always this sniper. Give me some money.
This is me or
I don't want to choose!
you need
Can
to.
No, please.
Go alone.
No, wait.
Go alone, 1v1.
No.
Wow. I can go alone, 1v1. Oh,
I'm
nah.
just gonna wait. Don't kill me. I'm just gonna try something.
Yeah, Daniel Cook.
Oh god. Yeah. Now you can.
Alfred Rook.
Oh shit! Oh. Oh, what? I can't. This map is so laggy!
Yeah. Yeah, bro, this map is laggy a lot.
No, not for me. It didn't lag.
Yeah, no.
You're playing on a PC that costs $1 million.
I got 7 points.
Tough. Okay, clan. I know what it is on you.
Yeah, what? No, I don't want to be with Prime.
Yeah, I don't want to either. They're acting like I didn't kill you 10 times yesterday.
Why have you not been able to kill me now?
I did. And I embodied your ass.
Alfred, come over here, Alfred.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Oh.
One and a turn. Again. Yeah, I'm lagging so much.
I'm not lagging.
Yeah, I'm lagging so much.
Maybe because we're not on the same server.
I know that it's better than Middle East.
What servers are you on?
It's better than Middle East.
I can't hear what you say because of that goddamn mic.
Europe.
Yeah, good.
It's better than Middle East.
Like, dude, you gotta fix that goddamn mic before like, dude, Alfred.
Yeah.
Do I sound German when I talk English?
Yeah,
Maybe.
Because there's many people here.
Yeah. Bye bye. You're the German chatter.
Dude, it means here a lot of it. Try to start kicking now.
Glenn?
Yeah.
I don't. Whoa. I fucking 200 you.
Alfred, let me get kills. I need to get Unreal. I was Unreal in this game before.
Yeah. Why didn't you? What happened to it?
They reset the ranks.
Oh no, it's not rank reload. Get out.
Dude, they reset the ranks in this. Power reset is this. I'll choose the game. Me or Cry.
Sure?
Let's go.
Wait, look at this.
Right. You can do this. I believe in you. We're gonna beat this. We're gonna
Let's cook him to dinner.
Yeah, I wanna eat some Cry. I don't know
how you?
Like, I'm gonna go with Prime now.
Yeah.
I'm almost level 9 in this.
I am level 8, I think. Oh, 8. I'm logging in.
Prime. Come on. You can only choose 2 of these. Shotgun him.
No, none of you will do that.
Okay, wait, what's it? 9 failures. I almost have enough for to buy the first person.
What the fuck? Who even buys the better pass in this map? Oh, I got the best spamming weapon for you. 5, 8, 1.
I am on like 100 ping. It feels like.
Prime, what are you doing? Why are you running in circles? Got it. Just spray. I'm your best gamer I ever seen.
Where is he?
Where do you think he is?
And your ass.
Oh, look, I got zero.
Okay, guys, you go together, okay?
Yeah. Oh, we got another game joint. Someone joined, so you guys know what that means. Alfred, 3 versus 1.
But that depends on how good he is. If he's the next...
yellow, just go yellow.
I have a teammate! Spell out on patient bucket.
I need 500 for it, so I need, let's see, 2. I need 10 kills. No, not 10 kills.
It's a 3v1 against Right. Just start spraying.
Wait, don't focus.
Yes. Sometimes it feels like on 120 ping, but I'm ping just lagging. I'm gonna turn on 60 FPS.
Bro, yeah, playing lower than 60 FPS. You want to have so high FPS as possible.
I know, but I want to play on.
Oh wait, I think you're going to go with Prime.
Yeah. I usually play on 240 FPS. Now I'm playing on 60.
I'm going with 240 FPS.
Nothing cross on the road I'm going. Right till I can't no more. I'm double king on. Okay.
Alfred, why did you? I'm just double king. Just go. Oh yeah, just play.
No, wait. What? What the fuck happened to the trap?
The trap does this stuff down here.
Yeah, it can't work, dummy.
Why am I actually pretty good on 60 FPS?
Can you change your skin in this game? I wanna shape my skin.
It's possible.
Where?
Wait, if we're... Yeah. Yeah, I can show you when we're in the match.
شو الكلب الحلو
I'm almost level 10.
شو الكلب المهضوم الحلو اللي ما بخلص الحاصل بدك تلعب لعبة حرام لك
Also remember, spray them into.
Okay, yeah, come here.
لا عن جد معني بدك تلعب شيء
Wait, Alfred, wait for me to shit, so I should.
Yeah, but if they push, they don't want to push.
هذا محور
Come, there.
هذا حتى لعبة محور
I'm gonna.
I am editing pretty fast. Wait, now I'm going to... Yeah, now I'm going to play on 30 FPS.
30. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro is playing on like 300 ping now.
It might feel like it. Yeah. Now I'm playing on a freaking.
Oh my god, rage kids. Oh my gosh, they rage quitted. They rage quitted.
I want to take my home. Red.
Yo, Alfred, can I get 4, 6 kills, 7 kills, 8 kills? Can I get 8 kills? I just need 8 kills to get Nah, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna take kills from you. I'm gonna earn.
Oh my gosh! Now my monitor refresh 30 times a second. Oh my. Okay, I can't even see you at this point. It's not possible. Oh my god! Shut, bro. Okay, now I'm going to turn it to unlimited.
Oh yeah.
That's... Wait, 360.
Yeah, like I don't think you should have it on unlimited. Go to the lobby. I got glitched.
Åh nej, det där är inte bra. Vad ska vi göra nu? Vi kommer säkert få tillbaka den tillräckligt snart. Jag tror vi kommer få tillbaka den innan vi når stället där vi ska gå. Så det ska fortsätta upp där tornet.
Oh my god, so I'm level 700.
Nice.
Okay, let's go back to our real rank.
Okay, I am 76% in Diamond 3.
Yeah, we're gonna get you to Elite.
Yeah.
He's 3,200. I'm also gonna do this. Yes. Blah, blah, blah.